and welcome you all to our Thursday Zoom room call. I just want to, make an announcement that from next week forward, we're going to do all of the teams. I do 3 calls on Thursday night, one for each team. But I've decided that it's going to be much more interaction, much more fun to have more people on the call. And I end up saying all the same thing anyway, but sometimes some people ask a question that is so awesome and would be so helpful to everyone that I decided that all ships will rise if we do it all together. So it'll always be the same time for you all, the In It to Win It. So that next time we'll have all 3 teams on. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Under normal circumstances. Last week I think we had like 4 people on, didn't we? Mm-hmm. So, and then I get 2 people on one call and 2. So we could have as many as 8 people or more, and it'll just be. I think it'll just be more worth your time and more worth everybody's time. So, so look forward to that, and I want to find out, is anybody struggling with daily points? If you are, probably somebody else is too. So when you think about breakfast, exercise, low-fat meals every 2 to 3 hours, individual standing for sleep and water and quiet time, monitoring. Anybody just not quite, can't get that daily point on any of those categories?
There's one day, it ends up being, actually Thursday or Friday, that because I'm not on Facebook, I end up being on the nurses call on Monday. Tuesday, I call Heidi, my coach. Wednesday, I'm on either the nurse's call or the doctor's call. Whatever call I wasn't on, the next day I listen to the repeat of the other one, Uh-huh. So 1 point each week that I'm not getting.
Yeah, there sounds like, because there's 7 days, and it sounds to me like you're getting 4 points. Is that right, on support?
I'm getting 5.
5? Okay, there are some archives that you can listen to.
No, I know. I do listen to some of the recordings.
I'm not just talking about the most recent recording. I'm talking about you can go back and listen to them from a month ago or.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like archived, and you can listen to different ones from different times. So.
Last night when I was on the doctor's call, this one person was talking a lot about how much can you exercise, and this Lisa Castro,
oh wow,
has all these videos, and one of them on YouTube is about exercise. I didn't send you and Heidi that link, but I sent it to Lori because I know she knows of another person that's struggling with that.
Yeah, and I struggle with the exercise too, so that would be a good link to ask Lori to put on our team site, because a lot of people struggle with that. I do too, especially with it being so cold. I love taking a walk, but I do not want to go out there and just be frozen. So, so what I did was I just, I put in a DVD, and then sometimes I'll just take my weights, and I'll be in front of the TV, and I'll just start working my weights just so that I can get a little exercise in. But also there are two kinds of exercise that Dr. A talks about when you're just in fat burning, and you're there's NEAT, NEAT, and I should know what the T stands for, but N stands for non-exercise activity. So NEAT, just standing up, just sitting up straight. You're using way more muscles and you're burning more calories just sitting up straight than you are when you slump. So just sitting up straight counts. Standing instead of sitting. If I just stand versus sitting, it's sort of squat. if I stand, I'm burning more calories. If I walk around, so a lot of times when I'm on the phone talking to clients, I'll take my phone and I'll have my headset on and I'll just walk around my house, and that all counts as NEAT, NEAT. And
Right.
so people need to be aware of that, and they can get their points more than they think they can. I have
Yeah, but
I
you
have
only
one
get
client that's
one.
injured. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You only get 1 point for that category, and I am doing the exercise. It's these support issues
Right.
that you
Yeah.
just told.
Yeah. Yes. I think we covered the support though. That's all you got. That
Right.
or go to your neighbor's house and let us put her in starting with me,
Right.
and commenting as her. That would get you that point too. So those are really your options. Exercise. I'm finding that people are struggling with exercise sometimes. So I just wanted to make sure that people knew, especially if you're just a brand new on the 5-in-1, you don't have to work out that hard. And then the other one is you could put in a DVD and work out with that. So and then the other one that I hear people struggling with is journaling. And there are 2 apps on the phone. One is called My TSFL, which is super easy to journal what you ate. It's just icons, and you just click meal, 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 water, 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 lean, green. You're done. You've journaled. And then there's also one called My Fitness Pal. If you want to use My Fitness Pal, it's really good for if you're on the 4-in-2, like you are, Mary. You're on the 4-in-2, and you log in what you ate, and you log in.
Yeah, I've used that before. I have that.
Yeah, it's a great app.
Yeah, it's really good, and it'll do if you have any activities, walking the dog, just any of that stuff, and it will show what your calories burned were, and then also it figures your BMR, which tells you how many calories you need to burn per day, because even your normal the functioning of your body burns a certain amount of calories according to what your weight is to maintain. So
yes.
it gives you all that information, yeah.
And the thing to be aware of, though, if you are on the 5-in-1, it will tell you at the end of the day, because the 5-in-1 is actually low calories. It's like 800 to 1,000 calories a day. So on MyFitnessPal, when at the end of the day, it'll say you're not eating enough calories for healthy weight loss. But what MyFitnessPal doesn't know is that you're in fat burning. When you're in fat burning, you can get by with a lot less calories because your body's creating calories by burning your fat. It's actually creating that's energy. That's what that is. That's what a calorie is energy. And you're getting your energy from your fat, and that's what fat burning is. So you can use MyFitnessPal, but don't be alarmed at the end of the day if you're on the 5-in-1 that it's going to give you that message. So support, exercise, journaling. I think most people can eat breakfast and can sleep. And if you can't sleep, then you can drink the water or have quiet time. So that's an easy point. 6 meals a day. I think that's an easy point. The bonus points on this is, I just love doing the bonus the lessons. Have you guys been doing those at all?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been doing the lessons?
Doing the what?
The lessons.
Yeah, I haven't done a lot of them, but yes, I've done them.
Yeah, and
doing them.
What I love about them is, it's like, we all know so much stuff, but it's not just about it's not just about reading, it's about doing. So I love that it'll ask you a question like, inflammation is a key player in the formation of heart disease. In fact, one inflammatory marker has been found to play a major role in the many stress states, heart disease included. Then it says, what is that inflammatory marker? And then, this is the part I love, it says, on Habits of Health pages 231 and 233. So it gives you the answer. You don't have to like just read the book and then answer the questions. It gives you where to find the answer. And because you're actually physically doing it, you retain more. I mean, I've done a lot of the lessons. I haven't done them all. I'm excited that this is going to encourage me to do them all. And then when I do the February challenge, I'll do them all again. But recently I had to do a video on lesson 10. And so I sat down and I just started really working it. And surprisingly, I mean, even though I know this stuff and I teach it, I really learned a lot. So that's 21 points. You know, the more you can do each week, the less you have to do the final week. And then referring friends is 5 points for every friend you refer that becomes a client. If you guys are going to do the, and this is to everybody watching this, if you're going to do the February challenge, think about people you want in that challenge with you. Because if you have a bunch of friends and you're like, hey, let's just do this together, be on my team, I really want you on my team, then you can refer those people, and that's 5 points per person, and that adds up this time. You know, if you're contemplating being a coach, if you're thinking, you know, I can see the people in my world I'd really like to help, and this might be this avenue, and I'm not trying to sell anybody on a coach. I mean, if this resonates with you and you're thinking, wow, that might be something for me. What is very exciting right now is we have the scholarships. So we're paying half the kit fee. I mean, we're paying half the kit fee. There's also tax and shipping we're not paying, but the kit fee is $200 and we're paying $100. Scholarships, and it's not that hard to get one. There's a form, and the form is in your is both in the client site and also in our team site. You just fill that out and then talk to your coach about, tell me more about becoming a client. I would be the mentor coach. So if anybody on Heidi's team or Peggy's team wanted to become a coach, I would want to do a 3-way with you and Peggy, and just, have a little talk. We can explore it. We can talk about it, and just, see if that might be a good fit for you. And, if you just help, say, 5 people, it really pays for your food, which is pretty cool. That's a pretty 5 or 6 people. So it's really an awesome gig, and it's kind of like weight loss insurance. So let's just say you became a coach and you got a team of 10 for the February, just for fun. You would get 10 points for becoming a coach, and you would get 50 points for having 5 clients that sign up before January. So, if you're like thinking of becoming a coach and you have friends and you're highly competitive and you want to win that $1,000 for being the individual with the most points, that would be a serious way to do it. And a team with a bunch of coaches who got a bunch of clients, that's going to be the team that wins. But anyway, I just wanted to give you that information and open it up for any questions or comments or thoughts. So I'll just ask you. I'll start with you, Sheila. Do you have any questions, comments?
No questions, and I think you and I have already been commenting together, so no.
On the coaching?
Well,
commenting on the what?
On any of what you talked about.
All right. Mary, do you have any questions or comments?
Yeah. No, I got my last week I got my other box of food.
Yes.
And of course I ordered it early.
Yes.
There's some things in the first order I'm not crazy about, but
yes.
Anyway, the snack, I'm loving it. It's great. And it's convenient. Like every day this week, I've had to go out and run somewhere, and it's just been really great just to, I have a little bag made up. I have bottles of water in there and, you know, flavors for my water if I want to use that. Then I have, some of the ready shakes and some of the bars, and I put a couple of snacks in there, and then I just grab it and carry it with me. So, anyway, it's just very convenient, and I like it.
That's great. Yes, yes. And speaking to everyone listening, having variety and having the food you like is going to make the program so much easier. So Mary did a wise thing by ordering her food a little early. And January, you get 10 points for ordering food in January. $150 is the minimum. But if it's your second order, you really want to get $250 so you can get the 4 boxes of free food. You don't want to just do that $150 minimum if it's your second order. But
yeah, I got over that, but so I could get that and then the free shipping too. So
and then so what I want to say about that is it doesn't cost you any more to order early because you still have all your food. But you could, like she said, she liked some of it better than other. It doesn't sound like there was anything she just couldn't eat. But if you can just have more of what you like and variety, because there are times when you look in that cupboard and there's nothing in there that sounds good, and that's a real trigger for a lot of people falling off the program, especially if at that same week you had a little bit less weight loss, like you had really great weight loss, and then all of a sudden you lose like 0 or half a pound. And then, so now you're like, and then you open up the cupboard and all your favorites are gone. And all that's left is, scrambled eggs.
Broccoli soup.
Yeah. The what?
The broccoli soup.
Broccoli soup. That's all you have in there. And you're like, oh. And that's like trigger, fault. But had you had the chocolate shake or the peanut butter crunch bar right there, that would have made all the difference on you being able to stick to your program. So go ahead, order the stuff you like, mix in the stuff you don't like, get your coach. If you don't like it at all, you could send it back within 30 days of getting it, and they will replace it with a full box of what you do like. You do have to pay the shipping on that.
I did that one time.
It does take a while, so don't count on that food. Go ahead and order the food you need. Don't wait for it because it takes a long time for that to happen. But you can get the food you like, or you can talk to your coach. If that's not going to work out for you, you can talk to your coach, see if your coach can swap out with you. But just make sure you set yourself up for success. And 2 things, variety and the food you like are 2 really, really important things to do. So make sure you have enough and make sure you have what you like early. It's okay. I mean, you still have that food. It's not like it went to waste. It's just you'll order less later on. It's all the same. The food, I mean, it does have an expiration date. We don't use a lot of preservatives, so it's not going to last forever, but you can make it work. And I have to admit that I have eaten expired food and I'm still living. So,
my next order will ship on the 28th of January, and that's a little early. So
yeah, I if I'm down to 10 days, I'm nervous. That's how often I order. I don't get down to like.
Well, I changed my my ship date. So.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, to the middle of the month, so that I make sure that I don't run out.
Yeah.
Well, every time I look at it, and sometimes I move it up 3 or 4 days, because I know it's going to take a little longer to get to Michigan than Nashville, maybe.
And one more thought, depending on your cash flow, after your second order, you want to make sure you get that $250 minimum to get the 4 free boxes, which is about $69 value. Really important. But after that, you could split it up every other week. So like for me, sometimes my cash flow is a little tight. So I'll just order 150 because that's the free shipping. And then I'll order 150 again, or usually more like it ends up being more like 160 or 170 twice, instead of one for 340. Instead of one big order for 340, I'll order two, and they're both free shipping because they're both fall in that minimum, and it's just moving that date around. You know, you don't have, you're not limited to only one free shipping a month. You can have as many free shippings as you want. It's all in the dollar volume. So that's another little tip, depending on your cash flow.
One of the things that I have done on this order in anticipation of going back to work is ordering, you know, another one of these mugs and another shaker jar so that I have one at work and one at home.
Yeah, and my favorite thing to make food in is the blue one, the cobalt blue Take Shape for Life mug. It is. I eat everything. I have 4 of them. I'll run and get one. Stay with me. Talk amongst yourselves.
Tell
Okay.
me, Mary, tell me what foods you're not as fond of.
I'm not fond of the ziti marinara.
Oh,
I had it once, and I followed the instructions. Maybe it was just cooked too long, but I just thought it was just nasty.
I love
And
marinara, Mary, so I can swap with you with something that you do like.
Oh.
well, and
okay,
let me say this, Mary. I don't know if you're adding any spices to it, but I add pepper. I add a couple dashes of 21 Salute from Trader Joe's, a little bit of onion powder, and a little bit of garlic powder. And I let it sit in the refrigerator for quite some time. And it, you know, I love it.
So, and the way I make it is I put it in the little shaker jar with the 6 ounces of water. I put it in there, maybe sometimes a little less than 6 ounces. I shake it up and I let it sit on the counter. I mean, I don't think it hurts it to be out on the counter for 30 minutes. And then I pour it in a shallow bowl, not in this deep mug bowl. I put it in a shallow bowl that's more like almost, you know, those shallow bowls. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I pour it in there. I put it on for a minute, 30 seconds, and then I let it sit for a minute, and I stir it really good, and I put it another minute and 30 seconds, let it sit for a minute, stir it, and then the last minute, and then I let it sit for another 3 minutes, stir it, and sprinkle a little Parmesan. And I love it. And, oh, I heard somebody say they mix their mac and cheese with their Sloppy Joe. They made them both, and then they mixed them together, and then they split them in half, and that sounded really good. And I could see doing that with the ziti too. I think that would be really good with the ziti. So
there's some people that have taken, you know, the oatmeal and the chocolate brownie and made them together, and then split them in 2.
Yeah, there's all kinds.
What did they mix together? The chocolate brownie and what?
The oatmeal, like the maple flavored oatmeal.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
So
I'm going to try the brownie tonight.
I like the brownie with. I didn't like the brownie when I first got it. I just I just like tolerated them, and then I wasn't going to order them again. And I went to Indiana to a training thing, and the coach there made us brownies with PB2, which is peanut butter. It's powdered peanut butter that you make. It counts as a condiment. So she made that and she spread it on top. I thought I died and went to heaven. Now every time I have a brownie, I buy the brownies now. I didn't even like them. I buy them and then I make that peanut butter too, and I spread it on there, and I do the same with my cookie. Oh my gosh, I just love it.
Where do you buy the powdered
I get it at Amazon.com, but I heard that Whole Foods also has them.
All right. Well, is there a particular brand? Because we have Whole Foods.
PB2, peanut butter 2. Just don't get the chocolate one. It has too many carbs.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of different ways. I just heard about the cake shake, which, you know, if you don't feel like making a shake out of the powdered shake, you can make it into a cake which is on the client side. Sounds pretty cool.
Well, and I told you guys about taking the pancake stuff and
Putting
making
it in a
a
mug.
muffin out of it.
Yeah. There's all kinds of, there's just so many recipes and ways to make things better. There's links and videos. I'll try to share with you. And with that, I'm going to thank everybody who's been watching this, who joined us after the fact. So glad that you did. I appreciate it. And everybody on the call, thank you for being on. And next week, it'll be even a bigger call, so it'll be better. The more the merrier. I'm going to stop the recording. So thank you very much.